How would you like to learn a simple technique and practice that can increase your sales by 391%? Sound amazing? It is. Would you like to know about it? I bet you would. So stick around. We're going to talk about it because marketing and sales matter. Hello, my name is Bill Arnold. I'm president of Prevail Marketing. You may find us at prevailmarketing.com. And every single day, we deliver to you a video on how to grow your business through better sales and marketing. We give you strategies, techniques, ideas, things that we know work because they're working for our clients. And I'm going to talk to you about something today that every company I've ever been involved with working, except for my own, has done this poorly, has not lived up to the minimum standards. Whether I've been outside looking in or I've been chief growth officer coming into the whole organization to take it over and grow it, I've been frustrated to learn that nobody really appreciated how valuable speed to lead is, how important it is, how critical it is, how imperative it is to contact that person back immediately. Today we're going to break that down and talk to you about why it's so important, why it's so critical, and give you techniques and strategies that you can use to do it for yourself. So let's begin by someone makes an inquiry, calls you up on the phone, fills out a form on your website, fills out a form on a landing page, fills out something in the chat box, and says, I want to talk to sales. How long does it take your company to respond? Do you know? Have you tracked it? Do you monitor it? Well, if you're like most companies, how long do you think it takes? 10 minutes? An hour? 6 hours? 24 hours? What's the number? Do you know? The average number, the average length of time it takes most companies to get back to that inquiry is 42 hours. That shock you? It shocked me. 42 hours? Think about this. I make an inquiry. I want to do business with you. I think I see value in your product. So, you know what? I fill out a form on your website and I'm excited. I can't wait to hear back from you. And so I'm waiting there. I'm sitting here, figuring you're going to call right away, right? Because I'm a prospect. I'm a customer. I have money to spend with you. And what happens? I wait. Well, the day's done. Well, probably have a 24-hour rule. I'll get here from tomorrow. Tomorrow comes and gone and goes. No call, no response, no nothing. 3 days later, approximately, two and a half, whatever, three, two and a half, I guess, 2 days later, I get a call back, or maybe an email back, even worse. What did you want to know? What do you think I did in that 42 hours? I think I just sat around. I did probably for the first 6, maybe for the first 12, maybe for the first 24, but after that I got frustrated. I feel so undervalued by you, so unappreciated by you, that I don't want to do business with you. So what do? I check the internet, figure out who your competitors are, what other products are available and other solutions are available, and I inquire with them. And if they contact me back first, I'm not even going to return your calls anymore. Because you dissed me, I'm done with you. So what is a good response time? Anybody know? Well, back about 10 years ago, the gold standard was 5 minutes. Very few people did it. But if you responded in 5 minutes, you were at the top of your game. That you met expectations of everybody. Unfortunately, that is no longer the gold standard. That is no longer acceptable. If you wait 5 minutes, the odds of you qualifying a lead drop by 80%. Wow. So what is that gold standard now? You ready? Sit back. You're going to be shocked. It's 1 minute. 1 minute. If you contact that lead in the first minute, your chance of getting that as a sale go up by 391%. Oh, well, what if it's only 2 minutes? That can't be that much bad worse, right? It goes down to 120% odds. You've lost what? 271% possibility increases? That's huge. Why is that? Why does it work that way, and what can you do to meet that standard? It works that way because we live in an age where our attention span is 8 seconds. We want the answers now. We in the immediate gratification society. We all have these phones that we just type things in and get immediate responses. We walk around with encyclopedias. We walk around with the knowledge and also the garbage of the world in our pockets 24/7. You could find what you want when you want it, like that. Think about it. If your Wi-Fi is a little slow, what do? You get mad. Wow, how spoiled have we gotten? But you need to treat your client and live up to their expectations. And so they expect to get calls back like that. And when they do, they're going to be impressed with you. They're going to see you're responsive. Wow, that's the kind of service I'm going to get. That's the kind of company I'm dealing with. They respond to me in a minute. I like that. They treated me with respect and they got back to me immediately. You want to be that company. How do you get there? Well, first off, you have to have immediate notification to your sales team. Immediately. So whether it's a landing page, chatbot, website form, wherever, if someone fills out a form asking for information, any bottom of the funnel inquiry whatsoever, like that, they've got to be notified. And they got to be waiting for it. They got to be expecting it. So you need to do a few things to make sure that happens. Route by geography. If I'm sitting in California and someone at 8 o'clock in the morning responds on the East Coast, chances are I'm not even awake yet, right? Most salespeople, I would be, but most salespeople wouldn't be. If in this corollary, if I figure out to someone at 5 o'clock on 4:50 on a Friday on in the West Coast, and your person's sitting in the East Coast, they're always having Mai Tai somewhere. They're not going to be paying attention till Monday. Not acceptable. So do things by geographic areas, or at least if they can't live in that geographic area, that should be their work hours. Properly staff your team. This is huge, okay? Because what happens is, let's say I also have to do demos. I'm working on a demo. I'm doing a fine client-facing activity, and a call pops up saying, I want to talk to sales in my territory, my contact, my person. I can't be doing two things at once. Someone's going to suffer. Either the demo, which I'll probably stay with, or the prospect who called, who could be the biggest deal I've ever seen in my life. Not good. So properly staff. Have the people who are supposed to respond to inquiries not been doing any client-facing activity. They can do other stuff, but stuff they can drop immediately and will drop immediately. Okay. Track response times. This is imperative. If you don't know if there's a problem, you can't fix it. Figure out who's living up to that minute, who's not, and figure out why, and act to fix that. But here's where the rubber meets the road. And I'm going to tell, this is on the CEO level, you need to listen. Because this is where you have responsibility. Not just telling people to do it. That doesn't work. You're going to get mad. You're going to get salespeople are mad at you, leave, and you're going to be frustrated by the fact that they took 10 minutes. They took 15. They took an hour. Compensation drives behavior. Period. End of simple. If you want certain things are important to you, then compensate them the right way for it. And so what I've always done when I've been chief growth officer internally, where I've had command and control, or I've been president of a company, I had command and control. And I said, look, you have to get back to them in 1 minute. And I'm going to incentivize you to do that. I'm going to make it worth your while to do it. And by the way, if you don't do it, if you're lagging, you're going to be penalized and eventually probably gone, but you're not going to make the same commission. So what I've always done, let's say I had a 20% commission rate, which is typical for people I work with, my people, 20% commission rate. And so I say, if you respond in the first minute, that commission rate is now 24%. We pay out not 20% anymore, but 24%. That's a significant increase on big deals, isn't it? If you respond in the second minute, by the second minute, you now get a 22% payout. The third minute, 20%. That's not where I want you to be, but I don't want it to look like this is just penalization. I want there to be some, so a carrot and a stick approach. Here's a carrot for doing really well. You get 4% more commission. It could be a huge amount on your salary, right? But once you get past that third minute, now the stick comes in. Now we start penalizing you. Now you start feeling a little pain. So your commission rates goes down from 20 to 19% for the fourth minute. The fifth minute goes down to 18%. And it drops 2% for every 5 minutes after that. It gets pretty damning at some point, doesn't it? And if you can't make that, you're not going to be around long enough to worry about it, honestly. Because that's how important it is for me, for my people, to get back to the person who's asking to do business with us. That should be the gold standard you have. That should be what you do. So, compensation drives behavior. You know what you're going to find, that 85% of all inquiries are done in the first 2 minutes. That's what I found. When we've had this program, 85% of all inquiries came in the first 2 minutes because people wanted extra income. They jumped. Bam. No one had to ask them. They wanted it. They did it. In the next 10%, so 95% was done in 3 minutes. Now, is 3 minutes the gold standard? No. But you know what? It beats 5. And I found most of them try to get that 1 minute. It was the exception. And that's what you want to do. That's what you want to build your team. If you do that, you are going to increase sales. You're going to be more valued by the prospects. They're going to respect you more. They're going to want to do business with you because that's the kind of company they want to do business with. Not the one who treats them with disrespect and gets back to them after 42 hours. No. And the reality is, when I'm looking for a product, anybody, I look for there may be 10, 15 companies out there that do that business, provide that service, provide that product. I'm only going to spend my time with 2 of them. I can't just trust one because one am I leaving on the table? Maybe I'll do 3, depending how big the dollar spend is. But usually 2. If you're not in that first 2, you're not in the ball game. Give it up, go home, go back another day. You want to be number 1. You want number 1 in revenues. You want to be the top of your business, the top of your industry. Then act like it. Meet them where they need you to be. Be there in 1 minute. I hope this helped everybody. I hope you found this valuable. I just like to say, if you did, please like, please follow, please subscribe. I've got this written up in a blog on the website, along with a lot of other articles, how to help you grow your business. But if you really need help and you'd like to see how to implement some of these things, because we just touched the surface, we give you the top 2% of what we have in our bag of tricks, if you will. If you really want help, contact us and let's have a conversation. Maybe we can get you to the top of your game, the top of your industry. Until then, have a great night. Thank you.